question here. I mean, this is a question that is coming up to me and all the time when I'm speaking to different people. One is the relevance, one is the personalization. Traditionally, in the industry, especially in the cold outreach industry, personalization was, people were putting a lot of effort in personalization. And unfortunately, the personalization for most of the companies, even that I have worked with in the past, is limited to hi first name and then I know your company, bracket your company name is this, that is pretty much where 80 to 90% of the personalization ends when it comes to cold outreach for many companies in B2B, especially for many years and decades till now. Only now, thankfully, it is changing, right? Okay. So I want to understand there are two aspects. One is the relevance. What you have built here will give you the information to find the relevant lead, right? That's point number one. So you have given a preference of relevance more than personalization, correct? So the first step that you have devised here is how I can find relevant lead or the people who are relevant to my business or to the services that I provide. That's point number one. Then this information can feed towards the personalization. And that personalization can be more than hi first name and then bracket company name and likes. So I want to understand what's your thought. Like now that you have figured out a way of finding relevant information about the right kind of lead, how do you intend to use this relevant information and then use it for personalization when you are doing the outreach, whether it is cold outreach, LinkedIn outreach, voice calling? If you can give your thoughts in that. And this is an open conversation. Anybody who wants to pitch in, they can pitch in as well.
Yes. So in my use case, as I told you that my agency builds middle of the funnel. Now, to build middle of the funnel, you need to have a small ticket product or a free product, which then can use to warm, because middle of the funnel, you have to nurture those lead and takes you to a high ticket product. Now, so the first thing that I need to know that, okay,
Can you, I'm so sorry, this is for everybody who is joining in. Some of them, they will not understand what is middle of the funnel, what is lead
okay.
magnet. If you can just explain that as well, I think that'll be great.
Cool. Yes. So, so top of the funnel is where lead discover you. Someone like, let's say, for example, someone like Ritesh exists. Now, the way that they discover, the way that they'll discover Ritesh is maybe he's running ads, or maybe he's doing some personal branding, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever. Maybe he has a newsletter, or maybe he has an open community that some other person like mouth publicity. These are the ways that you are discovering him. Now, once you discover Ritesh, which is top of the funnel, and you like what he is telling you or what he is teaching you, then you decide that maybe I want to join some of his low ticket programs, or maybe I want to join his community before committing for a bigger purchase, like a program from him or like a product from him. So the period between you thinking that I want to explore what Ritesh offers to buy it, that entire time is called middle of the funnel, where you warm the lead, where you nurture the lead, and you push them to buy that product without being salesy in nature. And that is where middle of the funnel, having a very strong middle of the funnel is extremely important. And if you look at it from the education use case, that becomes way more important, that people should trust you when they're buying your programs and all. Otherwise you will get into the scammy area, which is like a big no in education. So
I'm going to stop you here
yeah.
because this is such an interesting. I'm going to let you continue after this time. Being a B2B marketer, and I myself have committed this sin, from going top of the funnel to bottom of the funnel. I'll tell you why. For many years, like every other B2B marketer, I used to, send a LinkedIn message using direct sales navigator and some other tool like Snovio and others. And then I say, hey, what, blah, 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 blah. We do this. You want a 15 minutes consultation. I have done that myself. I'm a culprit myself. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have done that. So what you are saying here is, instead of doing that, they don't know you nothing, and then simply just drop a message saying, "Come down to 15 minutes consultation." Instead of asking them to come down to a demo call or something big, you create some sort of a step in between, right?
Yes.
For that they can take a lower step, a smaller step, and then they will be ready to take a bigger step, right?
Exactly. You have nailed it perfectly, because see, the tools that have come here, or the capabilities that you have in your hand, is immense right now. So like, if yesterday there were like 5 Ritesh competing, today it's 50, no doubt around it. And they are going to use the simplest outreach tools or methods available out there, which is something that you have explained right now. Then out of those 50 people, why should I work with you? That's where your personal branding or your awareness specifically will come into existence. Because if I've heard about Ritesh Osa 3 4 times before, and then now you come and have a conversation with me, I have a relativity factor with you, right? Because I have known about you. And this is where I feel that for automations, like specifically when I talk with a lot of people around me, right? They want to invest in biggest technology, they want to invest in complex ecosystem, they want to build, such hi-fi workflows and everything. And majority of them miss understanding how a human behaves, or how human psychology works. I don't remember who said that. He's a big marketer, and I think Aman would be someone who would know this. But for a person for a person to from a cold lead to become a purchaser of your service, they require at least 5 to 6 touch points in the journey. And if you're going to miss those touch points, it's going to be extremely difficult to go ahead and have this conversation. Now, even on cold call, if you just pick up the cold call and say that, hey, I'm from so and so company, I'm going ahead and selling this. Nobody is going to be on that call. All of you go ahead and cut when you get loan calls and credit calls, because of this simple reason, because you know that you are not going to have that conversation. Versus, let's say that, अगेन वेरी हाइपोथेटिकल सिनेरियो, राइट? मे बी मेरे घर पे किसी का एक्सीडेंट हो गया, और कोई तो भी इंश्योर, मतलब लाइक हॉस्पिटल में कहीं ना कहीं से यू कैन फेच दीज इंफॉर्मेशन in terms of healthcare. No, actually, that's a very wrong example that I'm going with. Just use it for example perspective. But let's say a person in insurance or maybe in healthcare industry gets to know that some of my family members have gone through some action, some accident and all, and they give me a call saying that, hey, I want to check up on your mom, I got to know that this and this XYZ has happened. Oh, by the way, my company also helps you, do you think that I can help you? You build more relation rather than pitching. So yeah, that's extremely important to do that. And this is where all these workflows will make your life easy, because now you don't have to sit behind the screen to know these things. An AI assistant can go ahead and do it for you.